So dimensional analysis. The converting from one set of units to another set of units. We have to pull double duty because we're Americans, so we have to do things the American way. That means we have miles, feet, inches, centimeters, and slugs to worry about. The rest of the world just cares about grams, meters, centimeters, right? Metric system. So much nicer. But anyway, even they have to do conversions, just not as many as we do. Okay, but if you do it wrong, like NASA did, $125 million mistake converting from meters per second to miles per hour, right? Not only do you have to watch the conversions going from one set to the other, but also the sig figs in those conversions, the significant figures. So it's important. So let's see how to do it. Let's get started with conversion factors, though. What is a conversion factor? Well, it's just something that you multiply by to convert from one set of units to another set of units. For example, we know that, I don't know, there's 12 in a dozen. All right? We know that, there's like 60 seconds for every minute. Where this stuff is really coming from, it's really equal sign, right? 60 seconds equals 1 minute. 12 equals 1 dozen. And all we did is, like, to go from here to here, just divide both sides by 60 seconds and you get 1 minute over 60 seconds, right? Or you could do it the other way around, divide both sides by a minute, and you'd have, for every 1 minute, there's 60 seconds. And you can do that for everything, right? Here you could say a dozen, there's 12. Just divide both sides by 12. But all these ratios, all these factors are really equal to what number? Like if I divide this by 1 dozen, divide this by 1 dozen, this 12 over 1 dozen is really equal to 1. All conversion factors are equal to 1. They have to be. It looks weird, but that ratio, all those ratios are 1. Otherwise you'd be messing with your measurement. You can't change your measurement. So you're multiplying by 1 all the time. You're just changing units. Let's pick on Christian. Where's Christian? Christian. All right, Christian. Something that you drink often. Powerade. Okay. So how much money does Christian spend on Powerade for 1 semester? That's the question. Okay, now I'm going to have to ask, sorry, Christian, I got to pick on I have to dig some more information out of you. Okay. It's Powerade. How much? 80 cents for a 32-ounce bottle. But can you buy? You don't buy them in the Walmart or anything?
Yeah.
It'd be a lot cheaper that way, right? Okay, yeah, we're going. Okay, let's. What I'm saying is, I want to make the calculation more common. He's helping us out with the calculation. I don't want him to do that. What I want is, like, if you buy a pack at Walmart, how much does that pack cost? $5.30. Oh man, this is gonna be good. Okay, so you see how he was helping us out before? I don't want him to do that. It's $5.39 per pack. Okay, that's what he's spending. The only other piece of information we really need from Christian is how many of these Powerades does he drink per day on average? 2. Okay, 2. What do you call them? Bottles, I guess, or something, right? 2 bottles of Powerade in 1 day. Okay, so the game we're playing is we're going to convert 1 semester and end up in money. Okay? And what we need to do, I like doing the box thing, because then I can keep track of what's on top and what's on bottom. What we're going to do is find a conversion factor with semester in it, see how the semester unit would end up canceling, and that's the game we're going to be playing. So there's a lot of information missing that we need. For example, like in a semester, there's, I don't know how many, it'd be nice to know how many days there are in a semester, but I don't know how many weeks are in a semester, if you count finals week. 16. There's 16 weeks in a semester. So in 1 semester, there's 16 weeks. Okay? And we're going to keep on writing these conversion factors until hopefully we have enough information. What other piece of missing information can you see is that we're going to need? Can you see one? Jonathan. Oh, thank you. Can you see a piece of missing information? Where's Jonathan? Jonathan? Can you see a missing piece of information up here that we're going to need in order to go from semesters all the way to money? How many days in a week? That's a good one. We're going to need that one, right? There's 7 days in a week. Yeah, maybe that's enough, right? Let's try this. So the first conversion factor I'm going to pick is probably this one, right? The semester has to go on the bottom, the 16 weeks up on top, right? So, because then the semesters cancel. Now I'm in weeks. I got to keep going. I want money, not weeks. So how about the next conversion factor, Dulce? What would you pick? 7 days in 1 week. And you can always flip them. You could write a week over 7 days, but then the week won't cancel. So don't do that. Keep going. Allison. What would be the next conversion factor? 2 bottles for 1 day. Okay. Keep going. Jorge. Oh, we're missing this piece. We might have to ask Christian about this, Jorge. What question do you have to ask him? Right? Because you see what's going on? The bottles has to go down here. The bottles has to cancel. How many bottles are in a pack are what we have to ask Christian. You see that? Because we know that we're going to have to use this conversion factor. But we don't know how many are in a pack. Right? Or not Christian. Who was we picking on in the beginning? Was it Christian? We were picking on you. Okay. So how many bottles are in a pack? 8. Those are big bottles. Okay, a pack is 539, right? So bottles are gone, pack is gone, we're in money, finally. So any number on top, you always hit the multiply button. Any number always on the bottom, you always hit divide by. And just ignore the ones, because 1 doesn't affect anything, right? Because look at all these 1s. Because technically it would be 1 times 16, divide by 1, times 7, divide by 1. Well, I just leave the 1s out. So pretty much 16 times 7 times 2, divide by 8, times $5.39, and you get what? What'd you get? $150.92. Right? For an entire semester. Not bad. In fact, we could have even stopped earlier, found out another interesting piece of information is how many bottles does Christian drink in a semester? Right? You could stop right here where the line is. That'll tell him how many bottles he drank in a semester. Okay. That's not a bad investment, right? I think it's worth it. It's less than 1 textbook. Okay. So if you take a look at what's due is practice sheet 1, 2, and 3 in that green book. But I would like to work on one of these together, and then we're going to try something different. So 7.89 grams to kilograms. One thing to realize, we have to make all conversions to the correct number of significant figures. Make all conversions to the right number of sig figs. Not complicated, because you find your initial measurement and just report your answer to the same number of sig figs. 7.89 grams says how many sig figs? 3. So just report your answer to 3. That's all we're doing. So this first one isn't very complicated. But I'm going to stick with this box thing because they are going to get complicated and they're going to get long. So play the same game. Now, what conversion factor do we need? If you take a look down here, I give you all the conversion factors you pretty much need, except I don't give you these, the metric ones, right? These you got to know. These you got to burn in your head, because these you use on pretty much every single question. You just got to know them. 1,000 milliseconds in a second, 100 centimeters in a meter, 10 decimeters in a meter. One thing that helps me with this is that the number always goes with the prefix, except for kilo. The number goes with the unit, 1,000 grams in a kilogram, for example. So this you just got to know. You got to burn it in your head. So that's why I'm not giving you any conversion factors here, because they're all metric ones. We want to get into kilograms, so the 1,000 has to go on the bottom, the kilograms up on top. And quit because we're in kilograms. So 7.89 divided by 1,000, you do it on the calculator, it would probably be like 0.00789 kilograms. And if you're not comfortable with sig figs yet, just always write your answer in what notation? Scientific, because then it's so clear as day how many sig figs there are. So if I move it over 3 places, 7.89 times 10 to the negative 3. And it's negative because, right, it's a small number. And 3 digits, so I'm done. Okay? Sound good? Before we go up to the boards, I'll show you what that is in a little bit. Right, we're going to do that right now, but I want to make sure we can put this in our calculator. And some folks have already figured out these things don't work in a dark room, right? So how do you put this number, 6.80 times 10 to the negative 2, in the calculator? You just push the 6.80, right? And then EXP is for the 10 part. EXP, and we want negative 2, so push the 2 and the little plus minus. It should look like 6.80 with a little negative 02 up in the corner. That is that number in the calculator. And then you hit divide or multiply, whatever you're going to do. Okay? So let's go ahead and... So what we're going to do is what the psychologist folks say is the most effective way to learn anything. And that's, not only are you doing it, but you're going to explain it to others. Right? And you're just going to look around and you're going to talk about this. So everyone's going to do their own problem on the board. We're all going to do, I don't know, number 3 here. Right? So everyone's going to work it out. And you just ask, you can look around, talk to everybody. Right? And time is going to go like that. Trust me. So let's try it. So come on up to the boards here. Just grab some space. And realize these questions are going to get long, so you might want to spread out as much as you can. They get kind of lengthy. There's space over here, and there's space all around. And let's do number 3. So you're going to need your calculator, and you can bring your book up with you too if you want, but you're going to need your calculator. 6.80 times 10 to the negative 2 milliseconds to seconds. Let's try this one. So go ahead and just start out by writing out the measurement. Number 3. Just start out by writing out the measurement, and then go for it. 6.02 times 10 to the negative 2 milliseconds. Okay? And realize the first step is that milliseconds has to cancel. So it's going to have to go on the bottom, right? Yeah. Now you're done. And just take that, divide by that, and you're done. Make sense? So hopefully, I think everyone's got this. they wrote what I see everyone writing mostly. Right? 1,000 milliseconds in a second. And you quit. So get it in your calculator, divide it by 1,000, you get, and report it to the right number of sig figs. Good. Right? You're short a sig fig, right? Because 6.80 times 10 negative 2 has 3 sig figs. And don't forget your units. You gotta have units on the end. Okay. Is everyone comfortable with this? 6.8 and then exp 2 negative. Now divide by 1,000. There you go. 6.8 times 10 to the negative 5 seconds is probably what the calculator said. But you have to add that 0 in, right? Because you know there's 3 sig figs. Everyone comfortable with it? All right, let's try one a little uglier here. Let's jump down to number 8. Let's jump down to number 8. I'm just picking out the ugliest ones I can see in there. Yeah, there's 3 zeros. 0.00010 kilograms to milligrams. Okay. Now this one we don't know. That one's not up there. But we do know kilograms to G's. Right? 1,000 over 1. So it's going to be multiple steps here. And now I'll go from G's to mG's. This is going to require 2 steps because we don't know a milligram to kilogram, right? So it's going to require a couple steps. We do know 1,000 of these in one of those. Got to keep going until we're done. Yeah, you got to keep going until you're done. So now you have another step. And they're going to get even longer than this. Well, don't do it yet. You have to go all the way to milligrams.
Okay.
So 1,000, oh no, this would be 1G. The G has to go down here. Right? So the G goes down here, so it cancels. And then you have to memorize this part. Is it 1,000 G's in a milligram or 1,000 milligrams in a gram?
1,000 milligrams.
Yep. Yep. Now you're done because everything canceled but the milligrams. Have a little G there though. Okay. So you're going to be multiplying by 1,000 twice. Good, you got it. Okay. You confused? Okay. This is good. This is the exact right step. We just got to have them memorized. So then 1,000. Does the 1,000 go up here or down here?
No, at the bottom.
Because you can't. It's 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram. So at 1,000 mg's in 1 g. Yep. See, and then kgs, g's, mg's. So these ratios you just have to memorize.
Okay.
And the number always goes with the prefix except for kilo. The number goes with the unit. That kind of helps me remember it.
Yeah.
Okay, did you guys get it figured out? Okay, you got to remember. No, you got it. You just got to memorize these ratios.
It's 1,000.
1,000 up there. Then you got it. Now you're done. Because everything canceled but milligrams. You're done. So you have to multiply by 1,000 twice. So what did you get? 1.0 times 10 to the 2. Okay. If you write 100, 100 works, but you're right, it's questionable as to what the sig figs are. So if you write 100, you would have to put that. Put the little decimal point. Then it shows that those zeros are significant. If you write just that, it's questionable how many sig figs there are. Okay, but scientific notation is always clear. Let's jump down to this one. Let's try 6 feet, 6.00 feet to centimeters. 6.00 feet, and get it all the way to centimeters. Okay? Convert it to the right number of sig figs. And the conversion factors you need, I give them to you. The only ones I don't give are the metric ones. So they're up there somewhere. Everything you need is up there. Okay. Now, you have to, foot is right, but there's not 30 centimeters in a foot. There's going to miles isn't going to help you. So I would go into, because what I would go by it this way. You need centimeters. So you're going to have to use this one. That means you got to get to inches. So that's the game plan. So get it into inches. A foot is 12 inches, yeah. So did you see the trick to doing this one? You want to get it to centimeters, so you're going to have to use this one. That means you got to get it into inches first. Get it into inches, then you can use that conversion to get it into centimeters. Right? So in a foot, there's how many inches? 12 inches. And then use that centimeter conversion. And report it to the right number of sig figs. Report it to the right number of sig figs. Good. You need 3 sig figs. 1.82 times 10 to the 12 inches in a foot. That's right. Oh, no. We're going, that's defined. That's exact. Yeah, so we always go by the original measurement. But yeah, that's a good point. Good point. You're paying attention. Is it going to be 1.82 or 1.83? Because I think you got to round that 2 up, don't you? Because you have 182.88. Okay, so hopefully you got 1.83 times 10 to the 2 centimeters, right? Good, very good. Okay, let's find an ugly one. I think the ugliest one that I can possibly ask you here, well, maybe we shouldn't jump to it. Well, let's just do it. Let's see if you can do it. I think you can. Number 8. That is as ugly as it can possibly get, okay? And number 8. Now there's a trick to doing number 8 though. See if you can figure out what it is. Something like this is where NASA screwed up for $125 million. Let me give you, if you're not sure, let me give you a hint. The hint is the starting point. See where I put the H? I put it in the bottom. So there's two things you got to work on. You got to get the hours into seconds, and you got to get the kilometers into centimeters. It doesn't matter which one you do first. Okay. So just pick one. Pick. You want to work on this one or that one?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You got to do them both sooner or later.
In separate boxes.
No, to keep going. It's going to be all multiplying.
Oh, shoot.
It's going to get long. Maybe. Okay, you want to do the hour first. Okay, then an hour there's what? I don't know how many seconds there are, but there's 60 minutes. So 60 minutes. And keep going. Now I get those minutes into seconds. Is okay. Now cancel your units.
Oh, centimeters.
And the hours. Now you're in kilometers per second. You're halfway there. So keep going. Now I'll get the kilometers canceled. This kind of just bends around here. No, do it in one big step. So now keep going up here now. Because now if you cancel your units, see what it looks like. See how the hours are gone? Go ahead and cancel them. Hours, minutes. You're in kilometers per second right now. So you just got to keep going. So km goes down here. And get that into centimeters. Get that into centimeters. Try not to use little m for minutes because little m is meters. Okay.
Would this just be divided?
Good. You keep going. Okay. Whoa. This is so good. Okay. Erase this. Okay. So this is going to keep going here. If you stopped right here, you're in centimeters per hour, right? So we just keep going. So this is kind of bending around here because we need it really longer, right?
Okay.
So centimeters has to cancel. Not centimeters. You're done with centimeters, right?
Yeah.
Hours. Hours has to cancel. It has to be up here in H.
Oh, okay.
And then in the bottom there's how many seconds? I don't know. There's 60 minutes. Do that one. 60 minutes. And now I get the minutes into seconds, and you're done.
I gotta get the 1 minute here.
Yeah, and there's, yeah. So now everything on top multiply, bottom divide. And you'll have it. Because see how everything canceled out?
Okay, I got this on the top.
Well, don't worry about that. Just do it all in one big step. This times that, divide by this, divide by this.
Okay. After this, I just start doing
Then to do the kilometer, so the km has to be right down there.
4.617.
I don't know. We'll see what everybody else. See what Annabelle gets. 1 minute, 60 seconds. Yeah. Report your answers. Right number of sig figs. I don't know. See what the folks around you are getting here. You got 15 kilometers per hour. Okay, now you're in centimeters. And then what I would do is I would just keep going here.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't even need this part
Okay.
because.
Yeah, it's just I ran out of room. So.
Yeah. So we don't have this. It'll get confusing.
Okay.
So you take that times that times that. Divide by this. Divide by this. If you do that, you got it.
Sweet.
Okay. 1,000 meter kilometer an hour. An hour isn't 60 seconds though.
Oh,
An hour is
wait,
60
I have
minutes.
to- I have to- okay.
Hour is 60 minutes. You're just missing one thing.
So just divide by 60 again?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Did you get it?
I
Mm-hmm.
did the same thing she did.
So kilometers. Oh, you're doing hours first. Hour, 60 minutes. Minute, 60 seconds. Okay, now you got that done. Now the km cancels is 1,000 meters. Meters, 100. Good. So this, divide by that, times this, times that. That's 100. There's 100 centimeters in a meter. So you're getting like 417? 417. Okay, 3 sig figs. Looking good? Okay, so we've got about 10 minutes. So what I would like you to do, since you're doing, I think you're doing pretty good. Let's just go back to the seats and knock this stuff out, because this is homework. You can get some of this done before you get out of here. Just work together with the folks around you. Start with this first practice sheet and just knock them out. Right? You have about 10 minutes left of class. I think that'd be the most efficient way to handle the last 10 minutes.
I was wondering if I could get one from you and then bring you the money later after class. Yeah. Or do you want the money first?
Oh yeah, just give it. Yeah, that'll work. I wonder if yeah, that'll work. That'll work. It's my last one. I wonder if they need it to make more. Okay, it should be okay. It should be okay. So just work with the folks around you and make sure if you have any questions, just talk to people. The numerical answers are on the bottom for a couple of these practice sheets. Okay. So you already have a calculator. So you need to check out one of these calculators. And then this doesn't cost you anything. I'll just loan it out to you. It's after class and I can get it for you.